Okay, here's the star of the show for my toast ale. 3 loaves of rye bread I got from Whole Foods Market. And I'm going to be toasting that up tonight for the brew day tomorrow. And I'm using bread with a low fat content, since brewing with ingredients that contain a lot of fats can have a negative impact on yeast, carbonation, head formation, and flavor. And this will be 27% of the grain bill. Man, you can really smell the rye bread. Very nice. So Hop Cartel used dark rye bread for his toast ale, and of course I'm using a lighter version, but next time I brew this I might use the dark rye as well. Well, it's 10 minutes into the mash rest, and just as I suspected, the temperature is a few degrees lower than I want. Right now it's about 150 Fahrenheit or 65 C. Okay, so the amount of water that I put in is perfect. It brought the temperature up to about 153. So we're going to leave it there and go for another 30 minutes. Let's see how it goes. Well, as you can see here, the mash is thick and gluggy from the amount of bread, or in this case, toast. And if you do all grain and you want to brew with bread, unless it's brew in a bag, then you should do like Hop Cartel and use rice hulls to keep from getting a stuck mash and or a stuck sparge. Obviously, I didn't need the rice hulls, since this mash is a brew in a bag. Now comes the fun part. Trying to get this thing out of there. Maybe give it a light squeeze. I'm sure it's soaked up a lot of the liquid. This thing weighs about 800 pounds now. Alright, that seems to be working. Okay, I squeezed the bag a little bit, and you can certainly tell that rye is involved, because as with rye malt, it is quite viscous or slimy. I think this bag has drained about all it's going to drain, so I'm going to wipe everything down, get everything combined and topped up, and get to boiling. Got my hops all weighed out there, and using quite a bit more than the recipe that Hop Cartel did. I wanted a little bit more bitterness, roughly twice the bitterness he got. I think his was about 12 IBUs. I'm going for about 25 or 30. Okay, getting close to the start of the boil now. So I'm going to go ahead and drop in the hop basket. And I tilt this like so, because if it rests on the bottom, not only does the wort not circulate well through the hops, but it causes it to boil a little bit too much. Mainly though, it doesn't circulate through. This has worked just fine, tilting it like this. See, look what it does right there. And it's clearly too tall for this pot, but this will come in handy when I get a bigger pot. Okay, it's time to taste the beer. Now, as you saw at the beginning of the video, I was inspired by the Hop Cartel to brew this. He had posted a video on July 6th of this year where he did a tasting of his toast ale and gave out the recipe details. And he was inspired by the Toast Brewing Company, which is in London, England, where they use surplus bread to make beer. And the whole reason behind that is they're trying to fight against the amount of bread waste that goes on in the world every single day. You wouldn't believe how much is wasted. It's a staggering amount. 44% of bread that is made goes to waste. And so it's just a little way of helping fight against that. Now, ironically, just 8 days prior to this video being posted, Slurpy Dave posted a video where he visited the Noah Bakehouse and Brewery, which is in Douglas on the Isle of Man, where they use returned bread to make beer for the very same reason. So it's very, very cool. Now, I've posted links in the description for both videos, so be sure to check those out, and also a link in the description for Hop Cartel's toast ale recipe. And while I'm at it, I'll give a big shout out to Hop Cartel and also to Slurpy Dave. Cheers, guys. Now on to the recipe. So here's mine. Some main differences, of course, I did a partial mash, which means I used dry malt extract for the base. Other than that, it's the same ingredients and the same amounts that Hop Cartel used, the same percentages. And another difference is in the amount of bread that I used. He used 2.2 kilos of toasted rye bread, which is 4.8 pounds. I didn't have enough room in my brew pot to do that amount, although I probably could have figured a way to do it. I just took the path of least resistance, and so I used just under 3 pounds, which is about 1.3 kilos of toasted rye bread. And it was made locally right around the corner here, so that's all good. Another difference is in the bittering. Hop Cartel's was just over 12 IBUs, and I wanted more bitterness in mine, so I did 32 IBUs. And I also did not dry hop this beer, and he dry hopped his. The other thing is I cocked up the hop additions. I don't know how I did this, but I managed to grab the wrong container of hops. For the bittering edition, it was supposed to be Hallertau Mittelfrüh, and I grabbed the Centennials. I don't know how I did that. And once that happened, I just forgot about the Hallertau and went along with things. Same hops in the same order. Again, more of them to get more bitterness. And so there you have it. I'm ready to pour this beer up. I'm quite thirsty and quite anxious to taste it. I have not tried it yet, although I did take a taste on bottling day, and it was quite good. So here we go. This was bottled just about 4 weeks ago. Take a look at that. Got a nice frothy head. Got a little bit of haze in it. Get the aroma. Well, I can smell some hops coming through there. All right, let's go in for a taste. Cheers, guys. Wow. Wow, that is really, really good. I am really happy with this beer. I can taste the rye bread in it. I don't know how much of the actual toast aspect is showing up in this. I would have to brew one without toasting it and compare. But it's very clean. It's got a nice bitterness to it. It's malty, and again, it has that rye flavor in it. Oh, that's superb. Wow. Plenty of hop goodness coming through in the beer. I love the combination of Cascade, Centennial, and East Kent Goldings. Very, very nice. Now, if you've ever brewed with rye before, it is very slimy if you use too much, and that's why it's pretty difficult to do 100% rye beer. You'll end up with a beer that has the mouthfeel of snot, basically. And when I pulled the grain bag out of the brew pot, it was very slimy, viscous. But this has it's not slimy at all. The mouthfeel is, I'd say, medium. This used S04 yeast. In spite of that, it's very, very clean. I've noticed sometimes when I use that yeast, it's quite estery compared to US05. But yeah, I would definitely brew this beer again. I'm going to enjoy this. It's going to be hard to hang on to this very long. It's very, very good. With some decent lacing on the glass. Yeah, you can tell there's rye in it, so a success this is. So there you have it. I'm going to enjoy the rest of that beer and probably another one. And that's it for now. So hope everybody's doing well. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye for now. Cheers.
Filming you.
Hey, Brew Timbers. Saw them at the Pittsburgh Penguins hockey game. Right there. We have this awesome luxury suite. All the food you want over there. It's rocking.